Hi guys, Sandhya, Rohan, Nitesh. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Hi Sandhya. Okay. Okay guys, everyone can turn on their cameras. Just bear with me. Okay, let's turn on the camera and let's talk. We have 5 minutes. Is there anybody? Oh, Santana is joining. Is there anyone here who is also from my other batch, the interview preparedness batch? Is there anybody from my interview preparedness batch here apart from Santana? Okay. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna wait for a couple of seconds for the others to join and just letting you guys know that in my sessions, it's mandatory to keep your cameras on. So if you wanna fix up your face and get ready for the camera, you have 5 minutes. So hello, Harshika. Nice to see you. Okay, guys, this is a good start. So take 5 minutes. I will give everyone 5 minutes. Take the time. Fix your face, fix your camera. Hi, Nitesh. Nitesh, you are in my interview class also, right?
मैम लैपटॉप सर्विस पे गया था खराब हो गया सॉरी मैम
No, but you are attending my interview preparedness sessions also?
यस मैम अभी 3-4 दिन से नहीं कर रहा था आपके लैपटॉप खराब हो गया था मैम इसलिए
फोन
सॉरी
से क्यों
मैम
नहीं फोन से क्यों नहीं ज्वाइन किया?
मैम मैम फोन से ज्वाइन हो नहीं रहा था मैंने कोशिश बहुत ट्राई किया पर हुआ नहीं
No problem.
जी मैम सॉरी
It's okay. Hmm. Guys, just give me one tiny second. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I see Janvi has joined. All right, guys, let's turn the cameras on. We have 2 minutes to go. Ramamurthy, where are you?
Ma'am, I'm outside, ma'am. 2 minutes I will go. Ma'am.
Outside where?
I'm in hospital, ma'am.
Why?
Food poison, ma'am.
Oh no, are you admitted in the hospital?
Yeah, no, ma'am.
Just visiting the doctor?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, okay. When will you be home?
Already I completed my work.
You're walking home now?
I'm okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Hello, Santana. Is your mic working today? Harish, are you in space?
Yeah.
Hello from space. Okay. I saw Prachi. Prachi, why did you turn off your camera? Okay, yes. And
Good
Janvi,
evening.
as always.
Good
Hello.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Prachi. Okay. Renee, can you hear me? Vernati. Renee? Hmm. Sandhya, why is your camera off like that? Okay, yes. Nice. Harish. Harish is
Hi,
back.
ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. All right. Santana, is your mic working today?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, it's working. All right. Okay, the rest of you, Rohan, Karthik, Yuvraj, Farhat, when will you ever turn on your camera? Mayank, Gokul Kanan. Gokul Kanan. Is somebody's name actually Zion? Is that your real name?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Did I pronounce it all right?
Zion.
Zion. Okay, wow, beautiful. That's your
Thank
real
you, ma'am.
name?
This is my real name, ma'am.
Oh, let's see your real face also.
Okay.
Zion and okay, Mayank and Smriti. So many cameras are off. Why? Guys, you need to turn your cameras on in order to have your attendance marked. Did you know that? Yeah, that's the rule. You need to have your cameras on in order to get your attendance marked. Okay, so let's start. Oh, look at Komudi. So pretty, very pretty. Okay, Piyush, I see you. All right, guys. Okay, so how many of you are also attending Manjaris here? So Manjaris also from my other batch. So guys, we are, hello Palak. We are running two simultaneous batches now. I have been taking another batch that is for interview preparedness. I'm not really sure. Hello Ravi. I'm not really sure if you guys have access to the invitation for that batch. Hi Rohan. But that batch is for interview preparedness, and we've kind of like we've reached the end of it. We just have two more sessions left for that. One is tomorrow and one is on Thursday. So in case you guys wish to attend the sessions to prepare you for interviews, to face interviews and to handle interview questions, that's another project that we are running alongside this one. This one particularly is, what is it called? What's this training called? What's the name of this training? I think they named it like accent neutralization, but basically this is for your English communication, both fluent. Hello, Tejas, where were you the last 2 days? Hello, where were you? Mute, mute.
I forgot about your session and I didn't get the notification. And due to some more reasons, I was ashamed to join. That's why.
Ashamed to join? Why were you ashamed to join? What? Tell me.
To face you.
Why?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I was kind of busy. That's why I didn't attend the session.
Oh no, you should attend because we covered a lot of important things about interviews. And now I've managed to extend 2 more sessions for interview mastery. Hello, Vijay. Wait, who?
Ma'am,
Yes.
do you know about Manpreet Kaur Bagga?
Yeah. Yeah.
She asked me about the last session, so I asked her, like, she messaged me on LinkedIn, so I told her that I didn't know about that thing. Is she joined now or not?
So far, we are going to learn how to create a bit small sign up page
Hello?
that we are going to add, and we'll see
Rehana,
example.
could you mute yourself?
I have shared
Okay. I'm not sure if Manpreet is a part of this session. I don't think she is. But hi, Nidhi.
Hey ma'am, good evening.
Good evening. Oh, it's okay, Rihanna. It's all right. Are you attending another session, Rihanna? Or are you like watching something? Good evening, Yugang and Vijay. Who's attend Rihanna is multitasking. She's attending 2 sessions at once. That is so funny. She's like,
Ma'am?
सब कुछ सीख लूंगी मैं एक ही साथ. Okay, who is the guy who says Radhe Radhe to me every day? Where is that guy? Okay, I guess he's not a part of this session. There's this one person in my interview mastery project who says Radhe Radhe every day, so I've gotten used to it.
Do you know about the person who said I love you to you?
Yes, it wasn't it Pradeep or what's his name? It starts with a P. Good evening, Aniket. Yes, guys.
Prakhar.
Oh, Prakhar, yeah, it starts with a P. So, guys, we have such namunes also. So, one person got really excited at the end of one session, and everyone was saying, "Good night, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am." And he's like, "I love you, ma'am." And he thought I wouldn't notice, but I did notice. And I told Pooja also, and I told Gautam also. So, Bobby is here. Good evening, Bobby. Bobby?
Good evening, ma'am.
One more thing I want to add.
Yes, Tejas.
Ma'am, Bobby and Nitesh is my classmates.
Good evening, Aryan. Who? You and
Bobby and Nitesh.
Bobby and
Hi,
Nitesh
Tejas.
are your classmates? Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. We are classmates, ma'am.
Very nice. Very nice, guys. Nice to see that you guys are friends.
Yes, yes,
And ma'am,
I know.
Pooja Didi are our senior, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Good evening, Jayaprakash. All right, guys. So this session, like I said, is for your fluency, and this is for your English communication. And we only have 1 hour, right? So good evening, Shashank. We only have Bobby. Can you mute yourself, Bobby? It's very noisy where you are. Bobby, try and go somewhere where it's quieter because it's very noisy where you are. I'm good, Shashank. Thank you for asking. So, guys, first of all, this session is quite short. It's only from 8:30 to 9:30, and letting everyone know that this session will run from Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30. In case you want to attend the interview mastery session also, then that is tomorrow 6:45 to 8:15, and then 8:30 to 9:30 we have this session. I extended 2 session stages, so there are 2 extra sessions. Tomorrow and Thursday we have 2 more sessions for interview mastery. So guys, anybody who wants to attend, yes, anybody who wants to attend interview mastery sessions can attend one tomorrow at 6:45 till 8:15 and one on Thursday 6:45 to 8:15. Otherwise, this session for English fluency will be Monday to Friday 8:30 to 9:30, and then next week also Monday to Friday 8:30 to 9:30. For those of you who are not a part of my interview mastery session and you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Rajni Sarasan and I am an international corporate trainer. So I train for a lot of multinational companies and I also train some people from different countries. So I have trained for this Japanese organization and Japanese people for about 4 years. And at the moment, I'm training some people from US also and South America also. What question do you want me to repeat, Shashank? please repeat a question. What question do you want me to repeat? Shashank, can you unmute yourself and tell me what you want to know? I am Piyush. I am a certified TEFL instructor also. So guys, I actually teach English. I can teach English to different countries, non-native English speaking countries, and I have also. So even the Japanese trainees that I had, I was teaching them business English and business communication. So I am an international tutor. Time change, Shashank. This session for English Fluency Business English, it'll be Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30. Monday to Friday this week and next week, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30. If you were a part of the interview mastery sessions also, then we have 2 extra sessions for that. One is tomorrow, 6:45 to 8:15, and on Thursday, 6:45 to 8:15. So just Tuesday and Thursday, we have 2 sessions. Otherwise, we have this session every day, 8:30 to 9:30. Right? Okay, guys. So I was just telling the other guys, so I'm an international trainer and my subject matter expertise is actually English language because obviously I'm certified on it. So in terms of language and accent, I am the subject matter expert for that. And for those of you who were a part of my interview mastery sessions and you were like, can you do an accent? Now we can play with the accent. So what we'll do is this week we'll focus on language and we'll work on your foundation, that is grammar and your fluency. And next week we'll learn accent. So we'll hold off till next week, but I will tell you some elements of it anyway. How many of you feel like you speak really good English, like that you're fluent and you're comfortable with it? Can you raise your hand? How many of you? Or you can unmute yourselves. Are you okay? Good, Kaumudi. That's very good. And Gautam. Okay, very good. How many of you are not comfortable with English at all? Yeah, of course. Yeah, Rihanna. Very good, Rihanna, for saying that. Okay, guys. So what we'll do is in these 5 sessions, I basically want you to get comfortable and we will get down to certain basics of English language and grammar. So I will tell you about some concepts of English grammar and we'll practice fluency also. And okay, Palak, that's all right. So having worked with so many people and trained so many people, I kind of know the pitfalls. I know where people generally make mistakes. So yeah, that's okay. That's okay, guys. So I'll help you understand that. Some of you might be really good at English. So I already see that some of you speak quite well. And honestly, not being discriminatory or anything, but down south, because they just need to practice English more because they use it as a mode of communication more often. They are generally all right in terms of grammar. So some of you may feel like, oh, this is too basic, but just consider this as polishing for you. Yeah, and those of you who speak really well, like Kaumudi and Gautam, can just look at it as a refresher. Okay, excellent. All right, guys. So Kaumudi has said something really nice that she's quite fluent. Yes.
It's one thing I want to ask that
Yes.
we are attending 2 sessions. One is interview master and second is language skills. So are we going to get 2 certificates or not?
I think so. But Pooja is the right person to confirm that, but I think so. Yeah. So Kaumudi said that she's quite fluent, but she needs to work on her, or she wants to increase her vocabulary. So guys, I will tell you guys the same thing that I told my interview mastery batch, that at any point, if I say a word that you don't know the meaning of, yeah, Rohan. Okay. So if you don't know the meaning of a certain word, stop me and ask me what that word means. If I say a phrase that you haven't heard of, stop me and ask what that phrase means, or anything of that sort. In my sessions, you don't have to take permission to unmute yourselves. You can unmute yourself at any point and ask me any question, as you may have seen Tejas doing. Yeah, so he does that a lot, which is okay. So you can do that too. So anytime you have a question or you want to add something, if you want to add your experience, you want to give an example, you want to talk to me, anything, you can just unmute yourself and talk. I am reminding you again, guys, that your attendance is marked Only if your camera is on. So everyone needs to turn their camera on. Otherwise, your attendance will not be captured. Shrishti is not here today. Otherwise, she would have said, "Ma'am, my camera is not working. Can you mark my attendance?" Okay, so very good. Now I see a lot of people. Very nice. Some of you are very.
I wanna add something.
Yes, you always have to add something. Tell me, Tejas.
Ma'am, I had became the performer of the month in February month in my college,
Very nice. I had
and
become.
also became or become.
I'll tell you. Also, tell me also what.
And today I won second. Today I won a prize in a specific category of Rising Star.
Of?
Rising Star. I won 1,000 cash
Star.
money from
Ooh, how much
Sunstone.
did you win?
What?
How much did you win?
1,000.
Very nice. Congratulations. Okay, guys. So we'll start with what they just said. They just said that I had became. So the reason why we will not say I had became and we will say I had become, because we are already changing have to had. So because we have changed have into had, we have already changed from present to past. So then we don't have to do this again. This is called double negative. Bobby. Yeah. Similarly, guys, you must have heard a lot of people saying something like, I didn't knew, or I didn't ate, or I didn't visited, for example. So the same rule applies. Did or did not, did or didn't is the past tense for do. I do something, I did something. So because we are already changing from present to past, we don't have to do this again. So anytime you're using did or didn't, I will say I didn't know, and I didn't eat, and I didn't visit. Yeah. So I want to make these sessions. One is that I will clear your concepts and I will teach you things right from the foundation of it. A lot of what we learned, guys, we have to understand that this is for both your language and accent part of it, that we have learned English from Nilesh. Nilesh, that is so cute. Oh my gosh, I got so distracted. That is so cool, Nilesh. Nilesh is so cute. He is making rotis and he's attending the session, guys. Nilesh, you can keep your camera on. I was taken aback, but that is so cute. Keep your camera on just like a little higher, okay? Just keep it a little. This is so nice. You cook yourself? Wow. You cook yourself. That's amazing. Oh, look at those biceps, guys. He makes rotis and he makes dole. Dole and rotis at the same time. Mute. Oh, he's telling us something exciting. Mute. What is he saying? Okay. I cannot hear you, Nilesh. So you'll have to unmute yourself. Okay. That is so cute. Okay, guys. I'm so happy that you guys are attending the session even while doing live stuff. So I'm glad. So anytime you want to say I did something or I didn't, then the second part, the second verb will be in present tense. So you don't have to make it past tense twice. So I didn't know, I didn't eat, and I didn't visit. We will not change this to past tense. So this is what I wanted to tell you, that I will start a lot of things from the foundation. So I will tell you the concept of grammar for a lot of things, which may be very like it may be very trivial for you. You might feel like, oh yeah, so like we learned this in primary school. But also remember that, you know, a lot of the things that we learned in school were taught to us by non-native English speakers. So even our teachers were not born speaking English. They also learned English, and they may have learned English from somebody who taught them wrong English. And some of our teachers taught us wrong English. I'll give you an example of that. Normally I cover this in accent neutralization, but just to give you an example of why our foundation is weak and some of the things that we learned were wrong is this example. if I write this, blah, 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 until Z, what are these? Unmute yourself, Aniket.
Alphabets.
Alphabets.
Does everyone agree? Does everyone agree? A, B,
Yes,
C,
ma'am.
D. Hmm?
Alphabets.
Alphabets. Does anybody
Alphabet.
have a different answer for this? What are these? Tuk, 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 tuk. No? Everyone agrees that it's alphabets? Okay.
ABCD.
A, B, C, D, yeah, but what are they called? So everyone's saying alphabets, right? Akuchi, you agree?
Letters.
Tejas is giving me a different answer.
Different approach for things.
Different approach for things. Akuchi, what would you say? Kesh-
Arithmetic progression. It could be
Alphabets.
Okay. All right, guys. So everyone said alphabets, only Tejas said letters. Okay. So Tejas is right and everyone else is wrong. A, B, C, D, each one of these is a letter, and the collection of A to Z, the entire collection of A to Z, that is 26 letters, is the alphabet. It's called the alphabet. So alphabet is only one. The alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H till Z. That's one alphabet. And the 26 are letters. Okay, but what did we learn since childhood? That these are alphabets. So that is what I mean, that for no fault of theirs, even the teachers who taught us English, they sometimes taught us wrong English because they also didn't know any better. But now we will learn and unlearn some of the things and relearn them. Now, in terms of English, do you want to know some fun facts also while I teach you? So I already did this with the interview mastery batch. There are how many English speaking countries are there? Who can tell me?
4 and 5. 4,
Four
ma'am.
or, 4 or 5? Which
And
one?
4, 5.
3.
2 to 3. Okay, tell me the ones.
UK.
Approximate 5.
Okay, tell me.
UK. 7.
USA.
And 7.
Australia.
India.
India. Wow,
No,
India.
India is not.
India. Okay.
India is an English speaking country. It is the second largest English speaking country.
Okay.
Ma'am, all
Australia.
countries are English speaking countries because English is a language and all countries people can speak in English.
Okay, let me rephrase my question.
There are
Okay.
67
Okay.
countries.
What was that, Keshav?
60 countries are there in the world which speaks English.
Palak, what was
Around
that?
60 countries.
Yes. I'm so sorry, Palak. Once more.
Germany.
Germany. Okay, Germany. Some Gokul is saying Ireland also. So I'll write that here. Okay, I am gonna rephrase my question, guys.
Australia.
Australia, yes, I've got that here. England. Farhat is saying England. Oh yeah, that's better. Let me write England. Okay, keep going.
Some parts of Africa.
Africa, geez, okay. Some parts of Africa. I'm gonna rephrase my
Ma'am,
question because I think you guys are misunderstanding.
New Zealand, Canada, Philippines.
Ma'am, Japan.
Singapore. Singapore.
Canada. Canada.
New
Singapore.
Zealand भी.
New Zealand, I've got New Zealand here.
Ma'am,
Singapore.
France, Japan.
Japan. Acha, guys, now we are just randomly naming all the countries. So let me rephrase my question. Which are thank you. So which countries are native English speaking countries? And now let's try to understand what native English speaking means. Native English speaking countries means that it is their mother tongue, their first language, and in most cases their only language. So their first. So for example, in India, we don't have a national language, right?
Yes,
We don't
ma'am.
have,
No national language India
में
have.
जैसे United Kingdom, Canada
Ma'am,
and many more countries.
नेटिव लैंग्वेज तो मैम ब्रिटेन की है इंग्लिश.
Britain and UK are same.
They are not. That's a good question. That's a good point,
Ma'am,
Keshav. So a lot of you said UK, and somebody said England, and Keshav just said that UK and yeah, Britain.
UK, USA.
Just let me answer this question first. Tejas. Keshav said that Britain and UK are the same. They are not, and England and UK are not the
I
same.
know the answer.
Oh,
Ma'am?
I'm sorry, Piyush. Sorry, what was that, Piyush?
Ma'am, actually, I know that answer. So,
Okay, tell us.
ma'am, UK is the bunch of 4 or 5 countries which is called United Kingdom, and London is come under the UK. London is a specific country, and in UK
Very
it is
good.
Poland, England, and Ireland.
Wait.
I'm so sorry,
Great
not Poland,
Britain.
Ireland,
Ma'am.
Wait,
and
guys, वहीं तक
one
सुनना
two
था.
more.
वहीं तक सुनना था, guys. The answer was
Ma'am.
correct till he said that UK is a collection of countries and it's not the same as England. Till there, he was correct. UK is not England. However, Britain and England are the same.
Okay.
Britain and England are the same.
Yes, ma'am.
UK or United Kingdom is a collection of 4 countries: Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland.
Ireland, yes. Ireland.
Northern Ireland. So it has 4 countries. UK is not the same as England. England is in UK. It's not the same as UK. Nisrita, do you want to ask me something? No? Okay. Now, when I said that English, okay. So when I said that English should be the native language of that country, it means it should be their first language and their mother tongue. Okay, Amit, good try. However,
Britain.
what, Bobby?
मैम नेटिव लैंग्वेज तो मैम ब्रिटेन की है ना इंग्लिश.
So Bobby is giving me the right answer. Guys, the reason why I'm not able to speak in Hindi, although most of you speak Hindi, I'm not able to speak in Hindi because we have some South Indians also, and we have some people from Northeast also, I think. So I will not be able to speak in Hindi because they might not understand. Okay, guys, I am getting a lot of answers from you. So I'm going to go to the chat box and I will clarify your answers. Somebody said, bear with me. Somebody said, United States, yes. United Kingdom, we've discussed, is not a country. It's a collection of countries. So no, not United Kingdom. Canada, yes. Australia, yes. And New Zealand, yes. So Gokul has given us the right answer. The only mistake that he's made is instead of saying England, he said United Kingdom, but his answer is absolutely right. Let's clap for Gokul. So the answer to the question that which countries speak English as their native language or their mother tongue is US, England, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. In Scotland, so Amit has written Scotland. In Scotland, they speak Scottish. In Ireland, they speak Irish. And in Scotland
Dutch.
Dutch is for Netherlands.
In Ireland, yes, ma'am.
Dutch is for Netherlands. So
Ireland, Irish.
And Scotland and Ireland also share a language called Gaelic, which is the written language, Gaelic. So Scottish, Irish, and Gaelic. In Netherlands, they speak Dutch. In Switzerland, they speak Swiss. In Singapore, they speak,
Swiss.
I think, if I'm not wrong, is it Tamil in Singapore? And
Yes, ma'am. Tamil Telugu.
Tamil Telugu. Even in Malaysia, I think, yeah, even in Malaysia, they speak Tamil.
Malaysian language. It's Malaysian language. Ma'am.
Yes.
Malaysian.
Yeah, Malaysia also they speak Tamil and Malay. Yeah, so US for sure, yes. Somik. New Zealand, yes. Switzerland, no, they speak Swiss. Nigeria, they speak Nigerian, but they also speak English, but it's not their native language. That's the difference. Now, somebody said India. They just said India has the second largest population of English-speaking people, which is true, but it's still not our native language. And India does, this is like the big controversy right now, that India does not have a national language because we have so many regional languages that every language is equal. However, we have 2 official languages English and Hindi, because all the official letters are written generally in Hindi or English unless it is region specific. That's the thing. So guys, when we speak about English, there are only 5 countries that are native English speakers, and apart from these 5 countries, English is a foreign or a second language to every other country. It's not just India, but many countries speak very bad English. I have traveled to about 30 countries and I have friends all across the world. I can't tell you how bad their English is. If you speak to somebody who is French, it'll give you a headache. Their English is so bad. I have many close friends from Germany. Their English is still okay, but not good. Japanese, forget Asia. Okay, Asians are very bad, Southeast Asians. So comparatively, we speak very good English. So Tejas is right in a way that compared to other countries, compared to other non-native English speaking countries, we are quite good and we speak good English. Even the most basic person will speak some English. Even a rickshaw wala, kudai wala will still say good morning, hello, thank you, sorry. They at least know these words. In many countries, they don't even know these words. So we have potential. Okay, so at least let's be happy about that. Now, universally speaking, English is divided into 2 types of English. There is American English and British English. So it's called UK English. Generally, in dictionaries, you'll see UK English and US English, which is American or British. Similarly, majorly speaking, majorly speaking, we divide English into major accents or pronunciation, which is the British pronunciation and American pronunciation. So when we do our accent neutralization, I will tell you the difference between British English and American English. Janvi, are you following me? Yes. Yeah, okay.
அதுதான் சுருளி பிடிக்காது சுருளி அறப்பறம் நல்லா வருது எனக்கு
Ramadurai. There are 2 Ramas. Are you okay? Now he realized he was on mute. Okay, guys. So mute, bro. Ramadurai, mute, bro. Kokul is telling you. So generally speaking, guys, generally speaking, English is divided into British English and American English. Which do you think is more correct or better? Which one is better? Which one should win? Yes, Tejas.
British English.
Why?
And because
it has more defined words and more systematic things than American ones, and they got some accents that I don't like, so that's why.
Oh guys, okay, so because Tejas doesn't like American English, universally American English loses because Tejas doesn't like it. Okay, acha chalo theek hai. Piyush, what were you saying?
Ma'am, because not about my like or dislike. UK or United Kingdom have ruled all over the country. That's why it is more important, and it is influenced in all over the world.
That's actually a good point. So that is historical.
I want to add one more thing.
Yes.
Britain had ruled over India. That's why, and Britain had ruled over most of the world. That's why the British English is correct.
Okay. Very similar to Piyush's point, guys. That Piyush made a very good point, which is more historical in nature, that it is because England invaded and ruled over so many countries that English spread. Otherwise, English was mostly limited just to England. Because they went around and colonized the entire world, English also went around and all the countries started learning English. So that is one good point. And they just made another very good point. He may not have touched upon it, but I will tell you. In India, we speak British English because we were ruled by the British, and they actually discouraged our Gurukul system and started establishing British schools or the British educational system. And that's why all our schools generally teach us British English. I'll give you an example of this. Have you, let me ask you how you pronounce these 2 words. How would you pronounce these words?
Schedule.
Education.
Okay. Nisrita has said schedule and education. Yes, Tejas.
Schedule and schedule, and education and education.
Education.
Education and education.
Schedule
Yeah.
Education and education.
Both. Okay.
It's education.
Yes. Okay. Gokul, have you worked before?
Schedule and education.
Gokul, have you worked before? Keshav, can you mute yourself? Yeah. Okay, guys. So those of you who are saying schedule and education may either have worked with an American company or you may have had exposure to American English because it's pronounced as schedule and education in American English. However, most of you who are still students and who haven't probably worked, or maybe if you don't watch too much of American TV, you would say schedule and education because that's what we learned in school, right? So whatever we learned in school, unless you went to an American school or an international school, would be British English because the British set up our education system in India, and that's why we learned British English mostly. So Indians, when we speak in English, our English is closer to British English already. Now, my question was, to which they just had replied saying that I don't like the r in American English, and that's why American English is not that good. But if I had to ask you between American English and British English, which one is better or more correct, what was the answer? Some guys said that, okay, they
British
ruled over the
only.
world. Yeah, Bobby.
Maybe British,
Why?
मैम
because
ब्रिटिश भी
it is
अच्छी है.
the originated language, where English language is originated from Britishers.
Good job, Miss Rita. Good job. Absolutely correct. It is more simple and understandable. And also, so sorry, this I'm getting answers on chat also. So somebody said, Farhad said that British English is more simple and understandable. It is also always grammatically more correct than American English. American English does not follow grammar, guys. British language, yes, British English is more correct, and Nisrita gave us the right answer, guys. English belongs to England. English is England's language, and you guys said it yourself that England spread English across the world, so even Americans learned English from England. All right, so because they own English, that is why
And because
British English.
England also ruled on over America.
Yes, you're right. So England also ruled US. Do you know that, guys? They ruled America also. And when Americans celebrate 4th of July as their Independence Day, they celebrate their independence from the British. So that is also trivia for you. Very good trivia, Piyush. Thank you for that. Somebody is constantly disturbing Nidhi. Is that your nephew? Yes. No? Neighbors?
No, ma'am. I'm in the hostel and warden's daughter says.
But give one thappad to what is that? Don't. Okay, don't. Okay. All right, guys. So some trivia about why English is the way it is and why we have two types of English, why we have schedule and schedule, why do we have education and education, why do we have r like they just said and no, that also I'll tell you. So basically in American English, so just because they just brought it up, in American English, they roll their R's. Guys, how do our parents pronounce this word? Abhi hoga embarrassing. What English?
It's burger. Burger.
Burger? Keshav is saying it's a burger.
Burger.
How do our
Burger.
parents say?
Burger.
How does your mom say this word?
Burger.
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 Burger. Yes, sir.
Burger.
Burger. Okay. So guys, burger. Yeah. So generally our parents.
थोड़ा पाव.
Burger.
Somebody said vada pav. So the reason why our parents pronounce this as burger, and even us before we became like very firang, the reason why we also used to say burger like them was because, yeah, we used to say it like burger because in India, in all our regional languages, we read words as they are, as it is. So if there's something written, we read every letter and we pronounce every letter as it is. That is why we are pronouncing all the letters here and we say burger. What, Nilesh?
स्टोन में
आज
एक
फोन
वो है
में
एस एकेडमी करके जो है ना.
हाँ म्यूट कर लो नीलेश. Yeah, so That's why they pronounce it as burger. Now, in British English, so just to cover what they just said about rara, in British English, they generally don't pronounce the R. They don't pronounce the R, which is why burger for British becomes burger, 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 because they're not pronouncing the R's. So it's a burger for the British, and for the Americans, they do rah, 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 like they just said. They roll their R's, which is why Keshav said, Keshav, can you repeat that for us?
It's burger.
Burger. So Americans roll their R, and that's why this becomes burger, like with the burr and the grr, yeah, which they just doesn't like. So burger for
Ma'am,
Americans.
something I memorized, ma'am.
Something
I memorized that English के तो शब्द भी silent हो जाते हैं, हिंदी की तो बिंदी भी बोलती है.
Oh, that's so poetic. Very nice. Very nice, Piyush. That is true. So that's actually a good example that in Hindi and all the regional languages, whether it's Tamil, Bengali, Punjabi, we read the word completely and we pronounce every letter. But in English, it's not like that. So just to tell you guys, this is just extra information that I'm giving to you. Please don't start putting on an accent because it will sound very funny. But just letting you know that the difference between American and British English, mostly in terms of pronunciation, is that Americans tend to roll their L, T, and R's. Americans will roll their L, T, and R's. British would pronounce the L, overpronounce the T, and not pronounce the R. I'll give you an example. So if I had to take a word that has L, T, R, like this, what is the significance? I don't know how to answer that. There is no significance as such, but okay, I'll answer this question for you. There is no significance as such. English is a borrowed language. So all the words in English have, not all, but most of them have been borrowed from different languages. Yeah. So English has many words taken from other languages. So have you guys ever watched the spelling bee competition? When somebody has to spell words? Yeah. So have you noticed that when they are given a word to spell, sometimes they will ask, what is the origin of the word? And they give the clue that the origin is Greek or Latin. Yes, exactly, Piyush. So they would say the origin is Greek or Latin or Sanskrit or French. Yeah, so they would say that the origin of the word is from another language. Now, depending on which language the word originated from, the pronunciation will change. For example, Sri Hari, mute yourself. Sri Hari, can you mute yourself? For example, let me take a French word, a very, very famous French word that we are using these days because we all go to cafes and we all order this. Yes, Tejas. Yes.
Croissant.
Croissant. Now, if our parents saw this word, they would read it as it is, pronounce every letter, and they would probably say croissant or croissant or something like that, right? But the reason why it's pronounced as croissant, just croissant, is because it's a French word. And because it's French, we are omitting some of the sounds. So that is the significance. If you ask me about it, certain words, Rohan, mute yourself. Rohan, once more, Rihanna. Longest word in English.
चल रही है.
What is that, Tejas? Rohan, are you saying something to me? Okay. What's the word, Tejas?
You don't know about that?
No, I don't know. I don't.
Pneumono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
I did not know that. Can you write that for us in the chat box? Okay, Rihanna knows this. So Rihanna was asking me about this word, guys. This is pronounced as croissant. Croissant, just croissant, because it's French. So depending on a word and the origin of the word, it'll be pronounced differently. and that is where some of the letters or some of the parts of a word get omitted. All right, so that's the only significance. Now, since I was telling you about the difference between American and British, Americans tend to roll their LTR, so and British tend to pronounce L as it is, over pronounce the T, and not pronounce the R. Is this too heavy for you guys or what?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Keshav, can you mute
No,
yourself?
not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. So a British person would pronounce this as, okay, Tejas. Pneumono ultra.
Even I know about this word.
What was that, Ms. Rita?
I also know about that word, ma'am.
Oh, very cool, guys. Rihanna
It was
also.
something like starting with pneumonia and something after that.
What's wrong, Gokul? What's wrong? Guys, sometimes I feel like I'm dealing with really young children.
Maniacs.
No, like kids. I don't know this word. That's okay, Gokul. Ignore it. Ignore it. Okay, guys. So for the British, they will pronounce this word as letter. So la and over pronouncing the T and not pronouncing the R. So it will become letter. Letter. Just letter, which is very close to what we say, right? Letter. However, Americans will roll the L. So la becomes like O. O. T becomes like R and R like R, like they just said. So this becomes,
Ma'am,
yes.
when we say both word British and American, so we can say it in their accents, and we can like know their accents. Like we can say American and British.
So first of all, guys, it's not American. So it's American, American, and British. So, okay, we can do that, Tejas. So letter in British becomes letter, letter in American, letter. So that's how it's different. Letter and letter, that's the difference. So just telling you the difference. When we do pronunciation and accent, I will keep telling you the difference between American and British. What the words which start with R in English accent. Every word that starts with R in the British accent will be pronounced normally, like rat or red. Everything will be normal because only Americans roll their R. While speaking letter, ma'am, you quite sound like AI. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Piyush. Do I sound like AI? So I can do British quite well because I speak closer to British. My American is like, okay, not that good, but British I can do quite well. All right, guys. Today, we'll start with grammar. So this week we'll do grammar. Next week we'll do accent. So I was just giving you like an introduction. So today I want to start with tenses. So I'll tell you, or I'll just give you an introduction of what we are going to do in the coming weeks, including this and the next. We will discuss grammatical concepts where people generally make mistakes. So one major area of error is obviously your tenses. So we'll cover tenses. And then we will cover something called subject-verb agreement. Who can tell me what subject-verb agreement means? Can anyone tell me who remembers this from school? Subject-verb agreement. Who can tell me what subject-verb agreement means? Okay, I'll tell you. You know how sometimes people say things like, he do not know, or he don't know. Yeah, or he come every day, or she speak. Right. So when we say these, by the way, all these sentences are wrong.
He, she, or they.
Sorry.
He, she, and they.
Yeah.
he का मतलब है मतलब subject और
yes.
क्रिया मतलब वर्ब ये
should be,
क्या बोल
they
रहे
should
हैं?
be comes, speaks.
Yes, Piyush, you're right. Yes, you're right, Piyush, you're right. So basically, the reason why these sentences are wrong, he come every day, she speak, or he do not know, the reason, yeah, you're right, Vidhi, you're right. The reason why these sentences are wrong is because the subject and the verb have to agree. They depend on each other. So whatever the subject is will decide what the verb will be. So if it's he here, it'll be does. And I'll tell you why. I will explain everything to you, why it is like that. So if it's he, it cannot be do, it'll be does. If it is he, then it'll be comes and not come. And if it's she, it'll be speaks and not speak. Basically, yeah, relationship between subject and verb. Whatever the subject is decides the form of the verb. That is the main thing that you need to understand, right? This much you've understood. So we will do tenses, we'll do subject verb agreement, then we'll do some other things like countable, uncountable nouns, we'll do Indianism, and then we will have some activities. Everyone will get to S versus yes, singular and plurals also. We'll do all of that, and then we will have activities where I'll give you topics and you'll speak, and then I'll be able to tell you what kind of errors you guys are making. Okay, so to start with, guys, this is very important. Now I'm actually starting to teach, so pay attention now. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. When we talk about subjects, there are singular subjects, and then there are plural subjects. In singular subjects, guys, I'm missing so much because you guys write in the chat box so much. Grammatical rule that states a verb must match its subject in number and sometimes in person. For example, the dog drinks his water every day. Thank you for that, Gokul. Thank you. Okay. None of my markers is working properly. None of my markers is working properly. So if I were to talk about singular, so I'm talking about subjects right now, guys. Okay, yeah, this marker is great. So I'm talking about subjects right now. First, I'll talk about, you're welcome, Gokul. First, I'll talk about singular subjects. There is the first person, I, the second person, you, and the third person, Piyush will tell us the third person because you already did.
I didn't.
They.
Oh, sorry. Somebody did.
We.
They.
They. He. Oh, yes, Vidhi. Vidhi told me. Good. But
They.
partially right. Partially right, Vidhi.
That.
This is the
That.
first.
That. Not that.
That,
It's so.
this, that. They, them, sab bol do.
No, we.
No. We are talking about singular.
Okay.
He, she, it, does. It. He, she. क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं?
क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं? कुछ नहीं होता, मत बोलो. He or she, it, a thing or a name. Yeah. These are third person singular. Remember, we are only talking about singular right now. Okay. I is first person, you second person, third person singular is he, she, it, which will be a thing, and somebody's name like Ram. Okay. Now we will change, not her and him, he and she, Palak, he and she, right? Just gonna check the chat box. You guys write so quickly that I have to like keep checking. He, she, they, he, she, it, he, she, it, or somebody's name. Now we'll change the same subjects to plural. So I becomes
We.
you becomes
You.
They.
you or you all,
You all.
and this will become
They.
they. Very
They.
good, guys. Very good. Yeah. We, you, and they. We all. So all is like understood. We all, you all, and they. Right. Now, again, now here is when you pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Okay. I and you, even though they are singular, I is first person, you is second person, and even though they are singular, They are the exception to the rule. They are the exception. Despite being singular, they are treated like plural. That is why we say you are. You is one person. So if I'm talking to Nidhi, I will say you are late, even though she's one person, right? Because I and you are treated like an exception and treated like plural. Yeah, I am, you are. All right, just remember this. Only, this is the most important part of subject verb agreement, guys. If you remember this, your life will be sorted. Only and only third person singular has singular verb form. Only third person singular will have singular verb form. For example, Janvi, look here. Janvi. So let me take a verb. I will take the verb talk. Okay? This is the verb talk. I talk. You talk. We talk. You all talk. They talk. Because everyone's taking plural form. Only for third person singular, he talks, she talks, it talks, Ram talks. Did everyone understand? Yeah. Let's take another verb.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Let's take another verb. Eat. I eat. You eat. We all eat. You all eat. They eat. He eats. She eats. It eats. And Aniket eats. Okay? So only for third person singular, we use singular verb form. For everything else, it is plural. So you have to remember, when you're talking about a third person singular, you will always use a singular verb form. Now, in case anybody is confused about the verb form, let me also explain this to you. The difference between noun and verb is opposite. The way nouns and verbs work is the opposite. Noun kya hota hai? What is a noun? Have you guys ever played that game? Name, place, animal, thing?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
of course.
ma'am.
Yes,
Person,
ma'am.
place, or thing.
Name, place, animal, thing. So name,
Yes,
place,
ma'am.
yeah, name, place, animal, thing, they are all nouns. If something has a name, it's a noun, right? So if I say, now I'm telling you, I'm explaining to you how noun and verbs are different when something changes from singular to plural. When I change something from singular to plural, they behave in the opposite manner. Yes, verb is action. You're right. For example, if I say car, which is singular, if I want to change it to plural, what do I add?
S.
Tejas, pay attention.
Yes.
S, absolutely. So if I want to make car plural, I will add an S. Anything that I want to make plural, girl, I want to make it plural,
Girls.
I'll add the S.
Ma'am, S and ES also, ma'am.
ES also, for
Yes,
example,
yeah.
bus. If it's
Buses.
bus,
And what about watches?
watch.
Watches. Yes, like that.
Yeah. So Piyush said this, that mostly we add an S, but sometimes we also add ES, like buses and watches. So normally for noun, when we want to change singular to plural, we add S or ES. Verb is exactly the opposite. Verb is exactly the opposite. When something is singular, it'll have an S. For example, talk is plural. And when I say talks,
Singular.
it's singular. Is this confusing to anyone?
No,
Should I
ma'am.
explain this again? Yeah, okay. So basically, guys, for nouns, when we add an S, it becomes plural. For verbs, if we add an S, it becomes singular. Right? So for third person singular, which is he, she, it, or somebody's name, it'll always have an S. He talks, she talks, it talks, and Prachi talks. But she doesn't. Yeah. So that is what subject verb agreement generally is. Yes, Aryan. Only for Aryan, when we add s in the verb, it becomes singular only for third person singular nouns, which are he, she, it, or somebody's name like Aryan. Aryan answers. Third person singular. Guys, did everyone understand this? Yeah, you have to remember this when you make sentences. Okay. Now, let me give you another example, also very, very important about subject verb agreement. We have 1 minute left. Also very important. I, you, he, she, it, and let's take Rihanna's name here. All right, for singular. I do and I don't. You do and you don't. He
She does.
does. She doesn't or does. Same thing, guys. It does. And
Rihanna does.
Rihanna does. Rihanna does something every day, but Palak doesn't do it. Yeah, because we are talking about a third person singular. I do something every day. You do something every day. He does it. She doesn't. It does. Rihanna doesn't. Yeah, so do and does. Remember that does or doesn't is only for third person singular, he, she, it, or somebody's name. Similarly, I'm telling you this because this is where most people make mistakes. Similarly, let's take have. I have, you have, they have, we have, because plural also is plural, right?
Then for he or she, it will become has.
Yes. Good job, Keshav. So, I have, you have, they have, we have, sorry, he has, she has, it has, and Nidhi has. Okay, I'll give you another example. I have a dog, you have a dog, they have a dog, we have a dog, he has a dog, she has a dog, it has a dog, and Rihanna has a dog. She does not have a dog because she's not allowed. Do you have a dog? No. Okay, so for these, we say has. Is this clear to everyone, guys? Is subject verb agreement a little simpler for you now? Yeah, so this is what we are going to do in this week. So it is 9:30. I just wanted to give you an introduction to English, the pronunciation part, accent, and language and grammar. So I've just given you the introduction to dang, there is 19 messages in the chat box. Let me quickly see. She, he, she, it, plural, we, they, we, you, they. Understood? Yes, ma'am. Yes, verb is action. Isn't your hat? No, ma'am. Akuchi, I missed what you said. No, ma'am, too. Can you tell me what were you asking? I can understand when we add S. Yes, yes. Understood. Yes. Ram has a dog. Very good, Ram. Ram has a dog. You are a very nice smile. Really? I have a nice smile. Thank you. All right, guys. Just checking with Akuchi. Akuchi, have you been able to understand everything, or do you have a question? Akuchi, especially, where is she? Yes. Okay. All right, guys. So tomorrow onwards, we will dive deep. You're welcome, Shashank. We will dive deep into grammar. So tomorrow I will teach you tenses. All right. And then I will teach you subject verb agreement. And then we will start practicing it. Okay. We'll start practicing it then. So do we have any questions right now? Khoon pee lo mera tum. Khoon pee lo. Okay. I'll give you the feedback form. He's right to remind me. Thank you for reminding me. I will give you the feedback form. There it is. So guys, you can share the feedback for this session. Thank you, Pundalakshmi and Nilesh. You're being very funny. You're very funny, aren't you? So that's the feedback form. You're welcome, Anshi. My mother tongue is Malayalam and I'm half Telugu, but I was born in Delhi. So my mother tongue, in a way, my first language is Hindi. I speak, yes.
Can I know how many languages do you know? I mean, do you speak?
I speak only some words in Telugu. I know you are Telugu. I speak some words in Telugu, not well. I can't say sentences in Telugu. I speak pretty good Malayalam. I speak conversational German and English, of course. Attendance. Sorry, Nisrita. Sorry. Tell me.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Guys, attendance is automatically marked for those who had their camera on. You're welcome, Aniket. And for those whose camera was off, I don't know, but attendance is automatically marked. Yes, Ramadurai, I know you're Telugu. As somebody with a Ponnuru name, something like that is also Telugu. I see a lot of Telugu people here. We will discuss this in the next session, who's Telugu and where you guys are.
Ma'am,
Yes.
we'll prepare Kalina for next session.
Okay. That is not fair. What is not fair? Someone said you, ma'am. What? You can check your attendance status with Pooja. Attendance is automatically marked for those whose camera was on. If your camera was off, check with Pooja if your attendance was marked or not. Srihari, abhi on karne se kuch nahi hoga. Pure session mein kahan the aap? फटाफट कैमरा ऑन कर दिया गया है. So you can, oh, there's a glitch in my camera. There's a glitch in Matrix now. So guys, those of you who had your camera on, your attendance is automatically I did say pehle se, but if your camera is on, your attendance is marked. If your camera is off, check with Pooja. Bye, Nitesh. And guys, I've given you the feedback link. I'm pasting it again in the chat box. You can share the feedback for this session by clicking on this link, and I am also sharing the link to the recording for this session if you want to go back and watch this session again for whatever reason. Oops, sorry guys, I sent it to Yubank earlier. Bear with me. This is the recording link, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Keshav. आपको पैदा में कोई दिक्कत? पैदा में? I don't understand what you mean. Can you say that in English?
ये क्या क्वेश्चन है भाई?
ये कैसा क्वेश्चन है? मैं तो पैदा हो चुकी हूँ guys. Okay guys, that's the feedback form and there's the recording link. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. We have exceeded the time. Have a good night and I will see you tomorrow at Padane mein. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 guys. Those of you who are attending the interview session, I'll see you at 6:45. You're welcome. And those of you who are coming only for English, I'll see you at 8:30. Bye and good night.
Tomorrow will be both
Bye,
sessions
ma'am.
or not?
Yes,
Both
Oh my
sessions.
God,
Oh my
sessions.
God. Yes, 2 sessions tomorrow, guys.
You
Bro,
have to
I
take 2
attended 2
sessions.
sessions now. I attended 2 sessions together.
See you tomorrow at 6:45, guys. I'm ending the session. Bye.
Jai
Have
Shri
a good
Krishna.
night.
Good night.
Good
Jai Shri
night.
Krishna, ma'am.
जय श्री
Jai Shri
कृष्ण
Krishna.
मैम.
Thank
जय
you.
श्री कृष्ण.
Bye,
आलो.
ma'am.
जय श्री राम मैम.
देखो भाई, तेजू भाई कहाँ गया अपना?
वक्र कर ले पहले. श्रीहरि.
हाँ भाई.
Bye bye guys.
Bye bye.
भाई अटेंडेंस कैसे